Thug with machete storms bar. Man's secret weapon makes him regret interrupting his beer. When a machete-wielding thug and his armed accomplice burst into a pub, they expected to easily rob the place. However, they immediately regretted interrupting happy hour when an outraged bar patron brandished his secret weapon. Thanks to bleeding heart liberals who hold their emotions over facts and logic, millions of law-abiding civilians are left unable to defend themselves and their loved ones from gutless criminals. While many Americans enjoy their exceptional Second Amendment rights, many other Westerners aren't as fortunate. Although arming oneself and learning how to properly utilize a firearm is the best means of defense against bloodthirsty villains, restrictions caused by the push for gun control have made it increasingly difficult for Australians to legally do so. Despite these limitations, one determined Aussie wasn't about to let his adherence to the law in the face of law-breaking thugs rule out self-defense. On the evening of November 27, patrons of the Lord Stanley Hotel pub in Brisbane were enjoying their pints when a pair of armed thugs burst through the doors. The unidentified pair, who appear to be dark-skinned assailants, waved a large machete and what appears to be a rifle in the faces of terrified customers. Unfortunately for them, they underestimated how infuriating it can be for a man to have his beer time interrupted. The Australian reports that an unnamed pub patron emerged from the gaming room, picked up a bar stool, and brutally beat the machete-wielding thug into submission by repeatedly smashing him in the face. The boozy hero only stopped when the criminal's accomplice ran back into the pub and pointed what appears to be a long rifle at the gutsy patron. With the battered thug unable to continue on with the raid, both robbers fled the establishment, dropping a bag of cash as they fled defeated by the beer-chugging victor. The machete-wielding robber was captured on CCTV stumbling through the exit, constantly falling to the ground in agony before escaping nearly empty-handed. Incredibly, no staff members or customers were harmed, although the robber suffered his share of injuries to the face and head. The thieves managed to escape with only a small amount of money after dropping the bag of cash during their terrifying escape, according to the Daily Mail. Although the outcome was positive, the incident paints a sinister picture of what it looks like when law-abiding citizens are disarmed. The vulnerable patrons were at the mercy of the thugs, who clearly didn't abide by the left's gun control policies. It's safe to say that this gun-free zone didn't cause the armed thugs to even think twice when barging into the establishment with their illegal weapons. Disturbingly, this left customers with two options: comply with the criminal's orders or fight back with whatever they had, both of which could have easily resulted in the loss of innocent lives. Had the patrons or staff been allowed to arm themselves, we're betting that the thug would have turned tail and fled the moment a gun owner brandished their weapon. In fact, they might have decided not to even attempt to rob the establishment if it wasn't a gun-free zone. Fortunately, the heroic patron had enough moxie to take on the spineless thugs before they could get away with the money or even harm any of the terrified customers and staff. Hopefully, this will serve as a lesson to anti-gun liberals that disarming civilians doesn't make them safer since criminals don't obey gun control laws.